Hello, prophets, and welcome to another episode of Technical Analysis by the Crypto Prophet. Let's dive right into the charts right now, and guess what? Boom. We have bounced. We have bounced. This is the 4 hour right here. 4 hour. We got our bounce here. Knocked on the door, went even lower, knocked on the door, came back down, and now we've shot up above. Check out this level right here. So let's take a closer look at what the level we're at, the level we need. Our stochastic RSIs have started to roll up too. We'll take a look at that in a minute. But this was the level right here. See this level here? This was a big level right here. Support, 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 broke through. Then it was resistance, 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 resistance. Now we've kind of broken through. Now are we going to come back and test this level and bounce up some more? Huge moment for Bitcoin. Huge moment for Bitcoin. Let's check it out here. We are back up above the Bollinger Band right here, back in that. On the 5-day, that's good news for Bitcoin. Market CIPHER B, we've got a green dot right here. We've printed a green dot on the daily. Check out the money flow on the daily, what's happening. Money is coming back into Bitcoin. The red money flow here, we've started to curve up. The VWAP is now above the zero line. So we're starting back up on this uptrend here for Bitcoin. But let's keep an eye though. Okay, so what we've got here is we've got a momentum wave shift where now we're on an uptrend right there. See? Uptrend. Boom. On the market CIPHER B. Remember our target up here was this area here that we wanted to get to. So now we've starting to curve over here. We bounced off. So if we take a look over here's Coinbase chart. Here's our stochastic RSIs. And look what's happened. Just like we said, we come down to the zero and we're starting to make our way back up. But we're going to have this big pump up. We've got to wait and see. We've got to wait and see. We got to wait and see what Bitcoin's going to do. Huge precipice, huge moment for Bitcoin. Let's come in here to the CME. Of course, I wanted to touch base here on the blue dots. This is something really interesting, guys, that anytime we had a blue dot print on the daily, we were never below that price again. Now, we had a blue dot here, never below this price again. Now, check this out. Blue dot right here. And we're still not below that price ever again. That's a big indicator for us thinking that, well, if people are thinking we're going to come down into here and dip down below 36, 35, all the way down to 20s again, these blue hash ribbons are an indicator that that's just not going to happen. Like, this is the low, and we're still on the uptrend, as you can see. We've got higher lows, a higher low here, a higher high. So instead of kind of stepping up like we did here, we've come down even lower, but not to say that we're here. We can come up, we could still do something like this. We could even dip back down, but we're really on the way up. We're really on the way up here. This is a quick video for you guys today. Let's jump back in and take a look at Ethereum real quick. Same thing. Bitcoin is queen and everything's falling on her. So we're back above this level here, which is great news for Ethereum. Currently at 32.34 US dollars on the price there. Also, taking a look real quick at market CIPHER B, we've green dotted on the daily as well. Money flow is starting to curve up. VWAP's above the zero line. And same with our stochastic RSIs. Starting to curve up as well once we bottom out at that zero line. Now, the last time that happened, look what happened here. So let's take a look. Way back here. This is just the last time that we bottom out on the zero. We ended up with a 20% increase in price. Let's take a look where that might lead us right here at this point. Price-wise. Could bring us up potentially to 36.61 United States dollars on the Ethereum within the next week or so. Let's give a quick check on that one. So it was about Yep, 2 weeks. So 2 weeks out from now, where that date's going to be, we hit the 0 down over here on the 7th. 15 days. January 22. Real quick short video here, guys, and what we do see, the only thing that's coming up very soon that we've been talking about for a week is this death cross between the 50 and the 200 moving averages. Right here, coming up on us, as we've been talking about the 13th of January. Could we see a rejection here? Because already we're starting to see a rejection below. If we could jump down to the 4 hour, okay, we see this purple line right here at the 42,726 mark, and we're at 42,605. We're below it. We come up above it, and now we're beneath it, and we're starting to turn it into resistance. That's what we didn't want to have happen. So we've come, shot up above, come back down. We wanted to bounce off, but now we're below. And this line here is turning into resistance, as you can see. As we come back, support, resistance, resistance, support, now potentially resistance. This was just a quick video from the Crypto Prophet. Prophets, I love you guys. God bless you. We'll see you in the next video. Hang in there. We're at the very huge precipice of Bitcoin and the price action. What's going to happen? Let's stay tuned. Any day now, in the next 48 hours, something huge is going to happen for Bitcoin. Huge. Stay tuned. Hello, prophets, and welcome to another episode of Technical Analysis by the Crypto Prophet. Here at the Crypto Prophet, we were right, we were correct. Let's dive into the charts right now and continue this as Bitcoin falls. Just want a little reminder, quick reminder. From yesterday, or 2 days ago, we were saying we were going to come down to the 40 and bounce up from there. And then again yesterday as well. Anyway, yep, going down, testing that 40. Here we go, September 28th, support. So now we've hit that support back from the end of September. As you can see on our daily, the money flow is still leaving Bitcoin, and the momentum wave is lowering. And we going into market CIPHER B, we're coming below the white line, so now we're on the downtrend still. The VWAP is slightly coming up, the money flow there, so we're going to have a bit of a divergence happening possibly. We'll take a look at that in a minute, all the divergences. So let's get in real quick too with the upcoming death cross of the 50 and the 200 moving average. Right here is the 50 is going to come down and the 200 is going to be coming like this. We're going to have this probably around 13th of January. We're going to have the death cross. All right, let's take a look. Last time this death cross happened, when the 50 came down onto the 200. Here we had the last time was the 21, which already happened, and look what happened. We dumped down. So we had the 200 and the 21 cross, and we dumped down considerably. Now that happened last time here, and then it took, just real quick, utilizing the 200 and the 21, Took 12 days and we bounced up from there. However, we hadn't had the death cross, and that's coming back here. If we take a look down here, was right here back in June. And as you can see, what happened there is we were continued to crash, and then we tried to fight back. The bulls had it, but then the bears were in charge for a considerably longer amount of time until we pumped up in that Aspen pump. July, when we were back in Aspen, and we were going nuts there with that pump for so long. It was amazing. So let's take a look here. So we're going to have to base on that instead of the 21 and the 200, 32 days. So let's go forward over here, and let's say on Jan 13 this happened. We're going to go ahead 32 days, and then we're looking again mid-February for a potential bounce here. So if we take a look at that, we're here, we're getting that bounce off the 40, as we've been talking about the last few days, and we're just going to make our way back up and hopefully get up higher towards February, March, April. We got to get back above this 51,800, 53K, all those kind of resistances we're going to be facing. So getting back to this 40 level here, guys, we've been seeing this for a long time, this one right here. So we've had a ton of resistance, and it became some support. We launched off support, but now we've broken down. So we're below that. It technically went to 40,500 was the buy bit low from yesterday's dip in Bitcoin. So we did 500 above 40K, but was saying about 40K. As you could hear from the last few videos, it's 40K or so. Now if we come back over to here, Gaussian channel, let's hide that for a second, and we are now below the Bollinger Bands. We have dipped below it. We've dipped below the Bollinger Bands here. So not a good sign for Bitcoin, although as you can see, our volume is negative, but still less volume. So we, as opposed to seeing a big giant red candle here, which would mean we'd probably come down much more significantly. Now looking at the stochastic RSIs, here we go. This is a good sign here that we're coming down to the zero line, right? So we're due to have a lift off here. So if we look back, I mean, here we had a lift. Every time we touch that zero, we have a lift. We touch that zero, we had a big lift up. Big lift up. So we're looking here. This was a big dump down. Let's get that big lift up. I don't think we're heading into that bear market just quite yet. So, and again, see this neckline right here that I'm highlighting here. We've now broken below this area here. So we're down, of course, going back to the 40s. You can see there it is there. Resistance and support there, resistance there, resistance, support there. So we want to see this fight its way back up. And we've got a lot of this resistance up ahead. So let's see if we can fight through that. This down here too with the hash dots, we're starting to curve over. So if we go back, and again we're on the daily here, once we start to kind of curve over, right, look what happens. Well, here would be the Corona dip. Let's go back to that right here. Right, so since then, been steadily up and then blasted up pretty much from December of 2020. So we've already passed that mark, so we didn't get that repeat this year. So this is December of last year, we shot up, and now we are in, here's this time here, but we came down instead of the same date a year later. So let's pull a fib here and just do a quick look at where we can expect going lower here coming into the future if we're going to be going lower, and then we'll do higher. So certainly we're kind of back down in the golden pocket from our low last June of 29.9. So we are in that area. It's a nice little retest, right? If we're going to break below this 37.5 mark, we're going to see lower targets, and then of course, boom, right here at 29.9, we can get below this blue and range down here in the bear market for a bit. So if we are going to pump up here from the 40, let's take it from here, more recent. It's down to 40.5, perfect. let's see some higher target ranges here. So let's get back up to this golden pocket, right? It's about 58 to 62.5, 58 to 62.5 right here. This is our target. This is where we want to be. This is, if we can get here, this is going to allow us to get higher in the future, coming in towards February, March, April of this year. So we're here, and again, we're going to make our way up. We'll see some resistance at this price point, 47.3. We could see some resistance here at this price point, 51.5, right? That's a big one. If we can get above this 53, above this pocket here between the 0.5 and the 382, we should be off to the races, get back up into the mid-50s, and then again into the golden pocket. So those are some possibilities. The way the stochastic RSIs are looking now is this is very promising for Bitcoin to bounce up from here. At least get some sort of a lift up. So we're currently long on Bitcoin. We're going to DCA. We're going to buy a little bit, but we're leverage trading and we're not spot trading. You can spot trade certainly if you want to and do that more of a long-term investment. But we're buying and selling every single day. Again, below the Bollinger Bands. Coming back to the death cross. So let's zoom in here a bit. As you can see, when we cross the 21, which is this green one here, and the 200, which is the orange one, boom, significant dip right there. Let's take a look at how much exactly from that cross. We went down 13.94%, about 14%. Okay, now let's take a look at the Latin. So we're most likely going to get this death cross here. Here's a nice prediction, a little early, but it happened. Let's take a look at this past death cross from the 50 EMA and the 200. So these MAs here, let's take a look. We were here, we went to a low here, 20%. However, we never pumped back up for another 32 days. So we plotted that out. We're looking at mid-February. So let's do the 20% dip after this potential death cross and see what price we get, guys, okay? Here's the cross, probably going to be down around here. Let's say a little bit lower than we are now. Re-range in here until then for the next week or so. Let's see this 20% dip. That's going to put us at 33. That would be big time. That would be big time. So if we're looking at 33, we're not climbing out of that cellar until up over here mid-February, where we could potentially get that bounce. Now we do have some older trend lines that we could work off of and bounce off of on the macro scale. Let's go back to the CME here, because we're always going to be, see this trend line right here from the very top. This was an earlier one that I was doing back in August, and right when this one hit, moved it to here early September to catch it. Now we've dumped below it. But this neckline right here at 42, we've broken down below that. Okay, so now we're kind of just in that precipice of going lower, going higher. We look at our Stokes, we could imagine we're going to be going higher. However, we're kind of curving over on the hash ribbons. We're below on the Bollinger Bands right here. We're down in the Gaussian channel on the 5-day. We're in it. We're on a red candle. We're still below the mid of the Gauss. Here's our Stokes though, low, running low for a bit the last 5 days. Could see that potential pump starting to curve over on the hash ribbons here. And our volume is still heading down, so that's not good for Bitcoin either. Yep, starting to curve over here at the top on the algorithmic scale. Chop zone's been red on the days for a long, long time, and we're in a downtrend down here on the Wolfpack. That's another cool little free indicator, well, not free, but on TradingView that you can use. It comes with it if you've got the good pack deal on there. The links for the TradingView and the Bybit and the MarketCipher discount is in the description below. Also, for the best trading course online that you can find for trading cryptocurrency, leverage trading, day trading, swing trading, scalp trading, JaysonCasperTrading.com, JaysonCasper Trading.com. I put that down in the link below as well. So, bit of a dip here, guys, but overall, not a bad point to consolidate back to. We don't want to dip back below under 40, though, however. Our daily's coming up here, one more hour. Let's see where we close. Okay, we are above a significant level of 41,369.50 right here at the moment. We did wick down below that. We didn't hit this 40. We were just right above it, 4,500. Exactly 40,500 on Bybit. And let's see if we can close this daily above this 41,369 and see where we go from here. So, and then again, with this trend line we were kind of holding, broke below that. So overall in a downtrend, as you can see, we've got a lot of red volume here, and we are down here in kind of no man's land over here with our VPVR. So that about does it for today, guys. Thanks for joining here on the Crypto Prophet. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow for another episode. And again, we're calling the shots here. So now we've gone from, okay, we're going to hit that 40, and then we're going to bounce up from there. So we're saying look for some increase and an uptrend in Bitcoin on the price. So real quick too, let's just take a look quick for you guys, just as a little encore here with ETHEREUM. Let's look at the daily here. Obviously following Bitcoin, but let's take a look at where we're at. Another massive precipice here as we are hitting this daily level of September multiples. So September keeps coming back into play. And what happened after September? We had a big green October, and this was the end of September, a lot of these levels, the end of September. We did wick down to here, 30,074. Another, this level support and resistance line was done 6 months ago. So respecting these levels, really amazing for Ethereum. But we've got much more red volume, okay? A lot of volume, but it's sell-off volume. So we've got on the daily, we did have a yellow X here in the market cipher A. Let's take a look at market cipher B. The VWAP's kind of coming up, although the money flow, the red money flow is down. The waves are still coming down, a lot of red volume, and these moving averages are down. So I expect even more of a downtrend on Ethereum here. However, if we get a bounce with Bitcoin, we could see a bounce with Ethereum. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow right here in the Crypto Prophet, live from the Hollywood Hills in Los Angeles, California.
God bless.